reading out the phone number. You realise we need that so we can get people to call the call centre.
He's just putting his own mobile phone number up there so that people donate the money.
I think we better say hello to our special guest.
Where's the microphone gone?
I went around the other way.
Oh, did you?
Why aren't there any seats in here?
Right,
they
I know
had seats at the other station.
lots of people have been hanging on here for quite a long time, but
I'm sorry, nobody told me about it. I'm sorry, I had to drive a long way. I was in Newcastle.
Just in
Where
case
am I?
you can't recognise his voice, a very special guest, comedian, impressionist, joining us in the studio live on FM1079 from Sobell House right now. It's Mr. Rory Bremner! Oh, and how long did it take you to get over here from our sister station, by the way, Rory? We've been waiting for you for like half an hour.
Actually, it's Julian Clary.
Yes!
I'm so sorry, Rory couldn't make it. Too long and he tripped up. No, it took me about a minute. No, it took 30 seconds to get over here, and it's well worth the effort, can I say. So, how many stations are covering this wonderful charity?
Two.
Just the two. Oh, that's great. Oh, well, that's lovely.
Just the two.
No, but that's very good. And listen, you're doing a great job. You're doing a wonderful. Well, it's only all echoey. Has that got good?
We just turned your microphone up a little bit.
I know. I suddenly sound all.
We can hear you now.
Radio 2. Yeah. Oh, Terry.
Oh, Terry.
That's it. Yeah, that's the thing. Men may come and men may go. Only the river goes on forever. Andrews Forsyth. Nice, yes.
Hello there. I have to ask a question.
Go on. Did we meet 20 years ago?
Did.
And how are the go on.
I do have 3 kids.
Yeah, okay. Right. Blonde hair, blue eyes.
They do a good impression of you.
No, they started out that way.
Okay, yeah, they always do.
I do need to ask, you've come a long way.
What, since I started my career?
I mean today, because
Yes.
it's taken you forever to get here.
Yeah.
Why have you come to Sobell House today?
Why have I come to Sobell? Well, okay, it is, the case that I was particularly told about somebody who is here, is a friend of my friend, and he said, look, this is a wonderful hospice, they do some wonderful work. And, I mean, it goes way, way back in my family, because my father was the appeals secretary in Scotland for the Cancer Research Campaign. And over the years, and he was in a hospice for his last few days, in fact, his last few weeks. And a great friend of mine lost his wife this week as well, and she was in a hospice. And there's some Columbus Hospice up in Edinburgh as well. So I know a certain amount about the hospice movement, and also places like this. And the Rowans, I was a patron in, some people may know, near Portsmouth, the Rowans Hospice. And they do some absolutely wonderful work. And here, I think there are 20 people here. It's in the Oxfordshire area, and people whose lives are touched by these diseases where they are, let's make no bones about it, they're life-threatening diseases, and many of the people who come into hospices, they've got to that stage where their families, they desperately need that help, and the families need to be with them for those last few weeks. And it is, when you're asked to do something like that, it's part of the local community. They do such a wonderful job here, and why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you help out? And I think so many people can do their bit today by pledging that. If I give the number again, 01865, the capital, he's in the way again, 01865 318 700.
Yeah.
Or you can text with your if you text give, I'll give you the number. The number is 60155, and if you text give your name and your donation to 60155. Then you can make a difference as well, because this is really, this is the hospice in your community, the Sobell Centre. Somebody's got their hand up. Yes, do you want to be excused?
Yeah, Chloe.
Yes, you may.
Rory, if Ant and Dec...
Loving the flip, by the way. Fantastic, aren't they? They're great.
Yeah. If Ant and Dec were doing this appeal now, how would they ask?
Oh, well, then they go in a different way, I imagine. No, we'd be reading out the number just the same. Oh, okay. So, so here we go. The number 01865 318 700. I've got a horrible cold. So Ant and Dec and everyone else. So it's not sounding quite right at the moment because they're all coming out. They all sound a little bit like they all sound a bit like Gordon Brown. If I was here today, I'd say. No, pledge the money we needed to fight this next election. Sorry, no, I'm not talking. I sympathise for people coming to the end of their days. No, let me just say, I know that feeling. But no, it is something that everybody can help with, and I certainly hope I will be myself making a donation. I know Rory will make a donation. Did anyone listen to that David Cameron thing, by the way, earlier on?
Yeah, we heard bits of it.
They're like party politicals. They're like, weather forecasts. You sit down and think, I'm going to listen to this, and then you listen to a bit, and then at the end somebody says, well, what's he said? And you go, I don't know. I really don't know. But anyway, no, as I said, I mean, they do an absolutely wonderful job here at the Sobell Centre, and I've only been here for a couple of minutes. They told me sort of very quickly about some of the work that they've been doing. They have 20 people here at the moment, and there's space for the patients and for their families. They just, you know, they're such special and warm people who work here. And I'm sounding a bit like Tony Blair, aren't I? You know, all that. And I just wanted to say a special word for them. But really, when you think about it, it's evenings like this and events like this that's going on for the next couple of days. These are the really big chance for them to raise the money they need to keep these places going. And if you live in the Oxfordshire area, or if you're in the catchment area for this particular radio station, if you're listening now, you may have relatives or friends or whatever who, if they're not suffering now, who may at some stage suffer in the future, and that's why it's so important. So do please give if you can. And if I've lightened up your day, then I do apologise.
I'll tell you what, actually, Rory, it's exactly what we've needed today, because there's been some pretty deep moments in here, as you can imagine. We've heard so many people's stories. And we've tried to cheer ourselves up, but the people that have been amazing at doing that so far today has been the staff. I bet you've noticed that there's just so many smiles, and it sounds cheesy, but so much love as well. It's just that it's actually such a nicer place to be than I think any of us imagined it would be. Yeah. And now you're turning up and cheering everyone up as well, so nice one for that.
Well, they are. I mean, they are very, very special people. They really, really are. And I mean, the families, as I say, I mean, I know because I've been in that position myself. But when they give such a wonderful support to the families. So I mean.